I'm Jackie. This week's problem asked us to use the alternating series test to determine if this series converges or diverges. So the alternating series test needs three things. So we're going to show that this series is positive, decreasing, and the limit as n goes to infinity of a sub n equals 0. So let's start by rewriting this. Okay, so we can see from this that this is going to be a sub n. But I feel like this doesn't really tell us much, especially because of the negative exponent. So I'm going to rewrite this. Okay, this is looking better, but I think we can go even further. We can rewrite this top part as this, which then we can see is just 4/6 to the n, which is 2/3 to the n. Okay, so this is our a sub n. So let's start with positive. Is a sub n positive? Well, yes, we can see that it is for all of these n values. So we have, yes, it is positive. So now let's show decreasing. This one's saying that the next term is smaller than the previous term. So we can say that a sub n is greater than a sub n plus 1, right? So the next term is going to be less. So that's 2/3 to the n. Is that greater than 2/3 to the n plus 1? Right? So this is like 2 to the n over 3 to the n. Is that greater than 2 to the n, 3 to the n, times 2/3? Well, yes, we can see that it is, because this is like 1 is greater than 2/3. So yes, it's decreasing. So the last part we need to check is the limit. So this is the limit as n goes to infinity of a sub n. That then equals the limit as n goes to infinity of 2/3 to the n. So 2/3 is less than 1. So we can see that this limit is going to keep decreasing as we increase n. So it equals 0, as we want. So yes. And now we have all three parts, so we can conclude that this converges. So we're done with this problem. Now, but just hypothetically as a side note, if we had found that it wasn't decreasing, we wouldn't be able to make any conclusions based on this test, because this test says if it has these three things, then we can say it converges. It doesn't say if we're missing one, then it diverges. So watch out for that. If one of these fail, you should use a different test.